Okay, so there are going to be times when you cannot tell what key you're in or where it's confusing. For instance, the development section, we mentioned that's the composer's playground. The development section is often going to have 2, 3, or 4 different modulations in it, going to keys that might even be a distant key from the key of the piece. So what do you do when you get to a section, maybe the transitions also this would apply to, where you get to a section where you're not sure which key you're in. If you're in a transition, maybe you think it's the tonic key, the theme group 1, which is in the tonic, or the theme group 2, which is in the dominant for major keys. That section in between, sometimes you don't know whether that music is still in the tonic key or whether it's in the dominant key. So a technique for dealing with that is don't worry about Roman numerals for a little while. I generally go between the two staves. So I have treble clef and bass clef. In this section in between, I go in there and I write the names of the chords. So this is a G7 chord. This is an F major chord. And I just write the name of the root with the quality. Then I go back and I write all of those names of the chords. So this is the development section for the Clementi. We got a G7, C minor, B diminished, C minor, etc. And we get through, when we hit the recap here, we go back to a major C chord. This is the music that sounds just like the beginning. That's the first step, is write the names of the chords left to right. Second step, and this is a very simple one because this piece is so short that Clementi didn't really go into more than one key. So this one happens to all be one key, but you won't know that when you start analyzing it. So here we have, what I've done with these parentheses is I went in and added parentheses to all of the dominant tonic relationships. And as you can see, that might be a dominant 7 chord going to a 1 chord. And this would be in any key. So if I were to see, say, a C7 going to F, I would also put parentheses around that. You won't know what key you're in, so you're collecting all of the dominant tonic relationships in parentheses at first. And this is a very simple example. So everything is in one key already. Once we put in the parentheses here for our dominant tonics, we can see that every tonic is C minor or C major at the recap, which means that this development section is in the key of C minor. It won't be this simple, the next piece that we look at, which will be Mozart. And we'll talk more about the differences when we look at that one. So here we have a 5-7-1, a 7 diminished 1, a 5-7-1. And this allows us to go, and once we know that this section is all in C minor, then we can very easily add in our Roman numerals down here at the bottom. And this turns out to be a very easily analyzed development section because it only has one key. Okay, thank you very much.